Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share my next project with you. It's my design team project for September for Shabby Dabby Doodah. So I'm kind of still developing it, but I wanted to show you the two kits I was using and where I'm at. And like before, in previous months, I've shown you the kit sometimes before I cut it out. And I thought it looked so cool after I cut it out that I wanted to just share you the start of it here. But I also wanted to say I enjoyed doing the 10 crafty questions. That was, I was tagged by Maria, and I just enjoyed watching everybody so far, and I'm, intend to watch some more. So I wanted to encourage everyone, if you're tagged in that little 10 crafty question challenge, to do a video, because that was actually really fun, and it's been fun watching everyone else's too. So really awesome little fun video to do and watch. And also I have one thing that I can talk to you about in a minute, but let me just show you that my design team project for September for Shabby Dabby Doodah is what I wanted to share today. And this I've got the kits. I've got two kits here, digital kits from her Etsy shop, Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, that I'm working with. I'm working with her Marvelous Men digital kit because I wanted a kit that kind of had fall colors, kind of like browns and neutrals and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily a fall kit, but it's, neutrals, and I just liked the whole look of it, something different. And then I also ended up getting her new kit called Fabulous Fall. So one is Marvelous Men and one is Fabulous Fall. Really pretty kits. So let me just show you, I'll show you my cover I've got so far first. It's going to be a traveler's notebook size, as you can see here. And this is the front, and these are all pieces from the Marvelous Men kit. Really cool. There's a little ticket with a clock behind it. This is the fabric, and I picked the fabric out because I was actually going through my fabric that I have, because I'm on the no spend challenge. I can't buy anything, so I got through got through September 16th today, and I've been okay. But sometimes it's a little tough. Like, I really want to go to a thrift store. But there's options. You can trade. I made a trade with someone yesterday, I guess it was. So that was fun. I get to get something new without buying it. I got to trade something in my stash for something the other person needed and something I wanted. So that was fun. So that's a way around the no spend. You can trade or barter. So, but anyway, as far as that goes, I had this fabric in my stash, and I was looking for something like a man's shirt. I was thinking, that's what I had in my head, a man's shirt. But I didn't have anything like, I was picturing white, but I didn't want white. So I don't know, a lot of men wear white shirts. So I was picturing white with a pattern, but I didn't have anything like that. So I just looked through my items, and I had some of these pieces, and I would kind of held them up to the different fabrics. And this one here looked really cool with this kit. It's kind of reminds me of, not exactly, it could be a man's shirt, but it reminded me more of a man's tie. I could picture this being, someone's tie. When a man is getting ready to go to the office, and they're putting on their tie, and that just looks like tie fabric to me. So I used it for the background, and I thought these items looked really cool on this fabric. And then I decided I did stitch around, but I did a straight stitch because I didn't know, I kind of wanted this, even though this is red, I kind of wanted this to be like gender neutral. So that is why I didn't do a zigzag stitch. I just did a straight stitch around. And I also, while I was stitching, I stitched everything at the same time. So I got all my fabric on the front, on the back, and my pockets on. And then I stitched around everything. So everything's one stitch around to sew everything down. So, and then these cards are also sewn around with a straight stitch. And I like how it's coming out so far. I did a little kind of a hem under the inside piece here all the way around. So it's kind of like hemmed. So it came out really like nice and neat looking. So that's the cover so far. I think it's really, you know, it's got cardstock and then 2 layers of fabric. So I think that's really coming out nice. I really like it. I think I have so many pages, which I need to grab. I think I have them, where do I have them? Right here. But I want to show you the pages too, but I have so many that I think I'm going to end up making 2, plus maybe a little one. So I'll grab my pages in a second. I think they're on the other side of my table. But I wanted to show you all the ephemera that I have so far. And most of this I think is from the Marvelous Men kit. So let me show you some of this really cool little items here, and I'll try to hold them close so you can like read them and things. But like this is another copy of what I have on the front, just a bigger size, and I've coffee dyed some of it. So like this is, well, this is distressed, but this is dyed, coffee dyed, and I've got a couple different colors on there, as you can see. So it came out really cool looking. And some of these I'm going to be sewing around and stuff like that, but I just wanted to kind of flip through what it looks like when you cut it out, and it's on cardstock. Everything here is on cardstock. So I kind of went through and decided what I wanted on cardstock and what I didn't want on cardstock. So all of these have potential to be ephemera or tuck spots, journal cards, even a little bingo card. Isn't that cute? And I just love the colors, you know, the muted colors of these, with a little touch of red once in a while, or burgundy. So just a really pretty kind of different kit, you know. The autumn kit has some little butterflies. I think that was from the autumn kit that I mentioned, fabulous fall. But there's a lot of little pocket watches in here. And the cool thing about the pocket watch is, like, here's one on here, but what I did was sometimes I didn't cut out the pocket watch to know a little handle. I just cut out the clock part. So, you know, you have that option of either keeping the handle or not. So, and then here's some other little labels in here, really cute. Little newspaper. And I like the pictures of the men. They're kind of like, you know, old-timey looking men. Not old men, but old-timey looking, you know, pictures like from, I don't know, early 1900s or something. Here's a pretty one. See, they all have the cardstock on the back, so I have that option. And this is a nice size here with a color, kind of a collage. So really pretty. And then I kind of divided them into categories here. Like that's one category. I have this little rubber. I have a rubber stamp on the front of the journal, but I have one. Here's another one that I have ready to go. That's on cardstock. See, this one on the front right here is really cool. And that hat's from the kit too. Really neat. So just want to make sure you can see that. I love that. And then here's a little stack of the Marvelous Men. And they just look so cool with their little hats. There's a guy with a top hat. Just all kinds of, I mean, they really look like old original pictures. I mean, look at that. The coloring is so cool. Like it actually looks like an old photograph. You know, black and white photographs. So, oops, I'll get that in a second. But aren't these cool? I mean, look at that. I love the coloring on these. Here's some little round ones. These I don't have cardstock because I wanted the option of some of them, most of them I have cardstock, but I left a few without cardstock so they could be decorations on pages, and I could glue them down and have a nice flat piece. You know, even though these are flat, they are a little thicker because of the cardstock, and you know, I might want to use them to have something that's, you know, can just be glued down onto a page like a piece of paper instead of cardstock. So really cool pictures. I love these. And there's a bunch. So there's some tickets in here. These tickets, you can print them out in different sizes. There's some, these are labels, which I think is really neat to have. Very useful. This one has the little rubber stamp on it. This one has the pocket watch on it. And then I got a couple of tags here. Really cute, vintage looking. They're ready to go. I got to put, I don't know if I'm going to sew around these, or I'm definitely going to distress the edges though and put some little string on there or something. Here's another little pile of, this pile I think is from the autumn or fabulous fall kit. So I'll just go through these real quick just so you can get an idea of what they look like. Like here's one with the little critters, little creatures, a butterfly, and I'm going to call this a chipmunk. I think it's a chipmunk, but I'm not absolutely 100% sure, but I'm calling it a chipmunk. Like here's a squirrel. He's got a fluffy tail and he looks like a squirrel, but this guy does not have a fluffy tail, so I'm saying it's a chipmunk. And then here we've got a, what is that, a pheasant? And then just some more pretty cards. Round, oh, look at that one. Isn't that pretty with the birds? Is that awesome or what? And there's another chipmunk, and another little bird. Oh, really cute. Okay, so then what else do I have? I have some little creatures that I cut out, fussy cut out in this pile. I have a butterfly, a tiny butterfly, little post, like it looks like a, it was a square and I cut it out to look like a postage stamp with some, you know, scissors that do that cut. And then here's a little school, well, this is a little chipmunk, tiny little chipmunk. And I used some of these circles, I used my punches because I have a hard time cutting out a circle. It's hard to get a circle really straight, you know what I mean? I don't know if y'all can do it, but I have a hard time with that. So if I can, I have a couple of circle punches that I'll use on anything that's a circle if it fits, because, you know, it's hard for me to cut out a circle. So there's the little creatures. Let's see, what didn't I show you? I've got all the clocks here. There's tons of clocks. So this is what I've cut out for the clocks. And these all, I cut off all the handles on these because, you know, I would have to do a little bit more fussy cutting if I wanted to keep the handles. So on some of these I used, the bigger ones I used my punch, and then you can see, this is how I cut out a circle. You can see what I'm talking about, that it's not straight. It's as straight as I could get it, but it's not straight. So, I mean, these can be used in layering or, you know, several different ways, you know, in your journals. And I've got these two little labels here, which is really cute. Self-inking stamp pad. I've got one that's paper and one that I have on cardstock. Oh, really cool. A couple more that I made into looking like postage stamps here. These two guys right here. And then these little labels I have. These are, well, this one's paper, little guy on a bike. And then these two are on cardstock. A little bitty, oh, this guy's on paper, just paper too. And this guy is on cardstock. Isn't that pretty? Just trying to make sure it's focused. So that's the ephemera so far. I dropped a little man on the floor. I'll get him later. So let me see if I can find I've also got all of this. I mean, I've got a ton of ephemera here. All of this. What else? Here's my pages. And here's my smaller pages. I mean, I've just got a ton of pages here that I got. I did print it out like three or four times. So just got a bunch of pages here that I'm working on. So let me show you my pages and the rest of my ephemera. I won't pull it out, but I want to show you just a little bit of how much is in here. I've got a ton. I was trying to clean up a little bit and I just put it all in this, except for what I've got out in here, just to corral it a little bit. So there's a ton of stuff in here and some really cool stuff. I guess I should show you a little bit of it. If I can, I don't know. It's just a lot. So, like this is really cool here. It looks like a it looks like a receipt or almost looks like a shopping list. But isn't that pretty? And I have coffee dyed these. And this is another one here. Really neat little like list. So cool. And this is from the Marvelous Men. Here's a little, there's a bunch of these pockets in here. And let's see what else I can show you. These are a bunch of the pockets. This one has a bingo card. And I think I can, I cut them out the size that they were, but I'm thinking I could make these smaller if I wanted to, because you can see the lines right there. As far as I could, or I could make it smaller over to the, I want to try to keep these little corners though. Those are cool. And then here's some more pockets of different sizes. Just a lot of pockets of different sizes. And then, let's see, just so much cool stuff here. I'm going to make a mess. But just so you get an idea, just this is an envelope here. Let me show you this. There's a couple of these envelopes, like coin-size envelopes, so just like that. Here's the flap. Isn't that cool looking? And a bunch of little pieces, labels, some more of these rubber stamps. I just got a bunch here. So I figure I'm going to have to make at least 3 journals to use all of this up, but just a lot. Here's another envelope, a little bit bigger size. Here's a really cool looking tag. Isn't that pretty? It looks like an actual old tag. The coloring is so good on these. Here's a little ticket. Here's some butterflies. There's an owl in here. And this is cool. And just some more. Here's another size of that 2 like lists or receipts that I showed you. That one and that one. Smaller size. And you can see, here's another envelope. This one goes like this. Here's the flap. And it's like a book page in the background. So here's the back of it. So pretty, right? And just, let me just kind of go like this and show you everything because it's so much. More pictures, bingo cards, tag. This is a really pretty tag here. And more tags and little bingo card. So you get the idea. There's a lot. There's a lot of ephemera here. So let me show you my pages real quick. Move this all over for a second. And get my pages in here. Kind of messy, I know, but it's so much I can't really straighten it out right now. So let me start with the smallest one. This is the, well, there's a small one here, and I don't have pages for this one yet. So I thought this would be the front of the smallest one. And then there's the back, and it's cardstock. So that's the smallest one, just the cover so far. The next size up, let's see, will these pages fit in here? Okay, I do have pages for this one. That's right. Okay, so here's the pages. And then we've got, these are all pages from the kit. So I just cut down some scraps basically for this one. I don't think I made any actual printouts this small. Let me see, but they're all little cut-offs from the kit that looked really good in here. So you get the idea. Just all these are from the kit. And I'll be adding other like pages in here, like ledger paper and graph paper and copy dyed paper. And then here is the next size up. This is the cover. Here's the back. Isn't that pretty? And here's the pages so far. These are all from those kits. Aren't the colors cool? I just love the colors. For fall, you know? I mean, it's for, I'm saying it's for fall, but this could be just any time of year really, because it's neutral. Okay, so the next size up, I've got pretty much the same. Are these the same? Yeah, these are the same. This is just a little bit bigger. This is like a 3 by 4 probably. So, and here's the pages so far in here. And there's a lot of pages in here, so I'll have to see if I need to divide these up into 2, because I like to mix in other pages besides pages from the kit or the kits. I like to mix in other pages like ledger paper and coffee dyed paper, but these are all coffee dyed on the backs of these. These are not double printed. The other little, the littlest one was double sided, and the other one that I just showed you, the next size up, was double sided. This one is single sided and coffee dyed on the back. So, like, really this one has enough coffee dyed paper in it, so I would just need to add some ledger paper and other papers besides coffee dyed paper. So, and I'm going to be sewing on all of these covers too. I like to sew on the covers. So that's the next size up. And then the next size up is the Traveler's Notebook, which, you know, these pages will go in here. So it'll look like this. I don't necessarily have them in order right now, but kind of like that with the pages. So these pages look like this so far, just so you can see how pretty they are. This is a really pretty one with the yellow in the background, and you've got the script, and then you have all the little creatures on this page. So then as we turn, you can see that this one's coffee dyed on the back, but I didn't coffee dye it. This is how it printed out. So, and then I cut these down to fit because they are actually a little bit bigger, and I cut them down to Traveler's Notebook size. So just to give you an idea of what you can do. This one is a pocket. I'll probably put a little punch, circle punch, half circle punch here. And so yeah, that's sewn together with zigzag stitch, those 2 pages to make a pocket. And then there's some coffee dyed in here, you know, where it was blank on the back. So there's quite a few of those. And then, so you can see there's a lot of pages in here that where I have enough to make 2, because there's probably like 20 pieces of paper in here, and that's enough for one journal. But I don't want all of this in one journal. I want it to have other pages in here besides the digital prints, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at so far. I think they're going to come out really pretty. I love this, the look of this fabric, the men's tie look, I guess I'm calling it, but really pretty. I like my layering here. I think it came out pretty cool. So that's it. I just wanted to share that project with you, and I'll let you know as I progress if I need to come back and show you something else. But I wanted to mention, I mentioned the 10 crafty questions, that I like that so much. I think I mentioned that at the beginning of this video. And I just want to mention, I kind of felt bad because I wanted to mention more YouTube channels. So I thought, well, how can I go back and mention I can't do another 10 crafty questions video again? So I thought maybe I could, well, what I could do, I just had this idea just now. I was thinking, my idea was to just link 5, every time I do a video, link 5, you know, YouTube channels that I watch under the video. And I think other people do that. I think I've seen other people do that. So I thought, well, why don't we all do that? I mean, I want to challenge everybody to do that because it was so nice to learn about everybody. So why don't we do that? You know, just throwing it out there for everybody. And so, I mean, right now, let me see if I can name 5 right now for you. I need to kind of think here for a second because I didn't really plan on doing this. I'm just naming them right now. So I'm going to try to think of 5 that I did not name in my video, my 10 crafty questions video, the answers, you know, my answers to the questions. So some that I didn't name just off the top of my head. And so I'm going to do this on every video until I name all of my 350 people that I'm subscribed to, or whatever it is that I'm subscribed to. But I want to mention Okay, so if I don't mention you in this one, I'm going to mention you in the next one because this is, I didn't even plan this. But I'm going to mention, let me see. Gosh, I really shouldn't do this because I can't think right now. How about if I mention Mary Flower? She makes awesome, she's very artistic and makes just really neat stuff. I mean, if you haven't ever watched Mary Flower, go over and check out her channel. And like I said, I'm going to link these below. Grammy's Keepsakes. I'm writing them down so I can remember to link them. Grammy's Keepsakes. And I hope I can think of 5 off the top of my head that I haven't mentioned. I probably won't even be able to right now because I'm putting myself on the spot. Let me mention, you know, I've got my computer open here. Let me go down here and see what's on my watch later. That's a good idea, right? I'll tell you right from my watch later what's on here. Some I haven't mentioned. Of course, my computer's not going down like I want. Okay, Joyful Michelle. She's awesome. So just go check out her channel. Everybody's awesome that I watch, right? Joyful Michelle. I'm trying to kind of mention some that you know, are under 500. So I'm not sure how many of these ladies have that I've already mentioned, but let me see who else here. Computer. Sorry if this is taking too much time, but I really want to. I got 2 more that I want to mention. Some that are under, if I can. Okay, here's one. Doe Bailey. D-O-E-B-A-L-E-Y. Doe Bailey. That's number 4. She's on my watch later. Just these are some I want to watch and I haven't gotten to it yet, you know. Okay, and another one. Yeah, these don't all necessarily have to be under 500 because I can see I'm getting down to some that have more than 1,000. But a good friend of mine, Pam Van E. If you haven't ever watched Pam, she makes awesome journals and has some awesome hauls and things like that. All these ladies are awesome. So just check them out. And I will link these 5 below. And I'm going to try to do that each video and just give you, I'm trying to be prepared next time and give you 5 names that you can check out. And just, you know, it's just nice to help each other in case everybody, you know, because it was neat to mention other channels on that 10 Crafty Questions video, and then that helps everybody out so that if someone's never heard of your channel, they can go over and check it out. And I just thought that was so neat. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. So so that's my 5 for this video, and I'll link them below. I'll let you go and stop blabbing, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for watching tonight, and have a good night.